22 perception check to know what square she's in. Magnus,
let's get that AOO
just
in there.
tracking. You could see the blood along the ground and like a chair shift, and you know what square she's in. Your flaming sword, her blackish blood, and the horrible sulfur smell mixed in with licorice.
So horrible.
No more babies! Ah!
So that was the night hag trying to get away. Phineas.
He's just holding up the stick blocking the stairs. Master Tacitus, there's an invisible night hag on the second floor. Help us, please.
It's rather late for visitors.
I don't think she can.
He must be several floors up.
Oh god. He's in a magic chair that rolls along the.
And then he is that you, step. Gulliver?
Yeah, help me!
All right, Magnus, what are you doing?
I'm gonna move up.
Okay, cornering her again.
Yep. And
perhaps we should come to a deal, barbarian.
Actually, hold on a second. I'm over here.
I could lend you my steed. He's a good horse. A very good horse.
Hold on, I want to... Yeah, I'm springing. So 20, do 20... 23, and she's invisible.
Yep. Roll percentile.
High is good.
High, yes. 51 or higher is what you're looking for.
Yeah. Bye bye, lady. See you on the flip side, lady.
Maybe not.
Maybe. We'll see. 28. That becomes 18 damage.
18 damage is 108 plus 8 is 116. She's in single-digit hit points.
Oh, come on.
She's making this horrible noise.
I wish I had bleed.
I never did anything to you.
A baby killer.
Tacitus is coming down. You can actually hear him casting spells. It sounds like he's casting...
Shield, mage armor, invisibility.
See invisibilities as I want. I don't want him to see a ragey barbarian in his stairs.
Disintegrate.
Let me check his level.
Because
True seeing. Throwing out spells.
We should charge these guys for clearing up their mess.
That's what
not mess, but
that's why Ashoka and we went and told the cops that yo coppers were doing your gerb.
Did he say night hag? Spellcraft check, DC
27. DC Rage
32, because you're not watching.
Nope.
Okay, so you know that he casts something bigger than a second level spell.
Okay.
My staff is what he says, and you can hear this telltale warble of, you know how he always has equipment that's just sort of like floating around. Yeah. You're pretty sure he grabbed the good staff.
Block the window, Magnus! Block the window!
And just for the this is what Tacitus cast on himself.
Wait, is there a window here?
No, there's a staircase that goes up.
Oh, okay. Man, take a look at my life. Oh, this is a cool time to use that spell. I just think, all right, this is gonna go beat some ass. Oh, man.
All right, yeah. There's staircases that lead up, like the other staircase is on the opposite side that leads up to the to higher levels. All right, so that was Tacitus casting a powerful spell. The Night Hag is going to
attack Magnus.
Cast a spell?
She moves to the other side of the room.
What's her... There's not enough space to go here, so...
Yeah, there's.
There is? Okay, so perception?
Sister, avenge me!
No, we don't need more.
She says, actually,
Third.
sisters.
Get me a get a sandwich instead.
Oh, fuck
Cat
this.
nut.
She moves to the other side of the room and activates a spell. There's this weird
perception?
mist that is all around her. You know what square she's in.
I don't know what square she's in. Okay, Magnus is
The
gonna hold his
power,
breath.
the spellcraft check, Phineas, to know what she cast.
How big is this misty thing?
There's just a bit of mist in the square that she's in. Is DC without what? 38.
38? No.
Okay.
Does the mist have a color?
It's always green. It's always green.
It's green or yellow.
And even the yellow's kind of green.
You don't hear her anymore.
Don't hear her anymore?
Nope.
But no, is she invisible?
You can't see her.
There's only smoke in one square, though.
There's only smoke in one square.
Magnus has one. Magnus has one. Does
Phineas,
do
what are you
anything?
doing?
He's gonna... Yeah, Phineas doesn't know what's going on. He's going to step in
Okay.
and aid Magnus's attack.
All right. So you're like,
I aid.
okay, give me a 50-50 just to see if you do aid. This is just to see if you
activate
get
the spell?
any additional information.
Two.
Okay. Your staff
I'm
goes
just
through the mist
swing it.
and it doesn't hit anything, but you're being annoying.
Yeah.
The aid is successful, which brings us to Magnus.
Magnus goes in, lunging.
Okay.
Lunging. No.
Sorry, I moved your token.
Magnus was over here.
Yep.
5-foot step, lunging, and attack.
All right.
Is it plainly locked? The tower? Because Phineas is it?
Oh, god damn it.
Phineas, could you dimension door whatever? in the tower?
What's her
No, you
AC?
can't.
What's her AC, Marty?
The AC is 26.
28, you're good.
Okay, so I would have hit. So second attack.
There's an interesting bit of things.
Oh, yes!
Hit.
50-50.
Yeah, see what this 50 does. Nope.
But you fucking kill it!
Yeah, give me a second,
man.
She might not have been able to mist herself. Oh,
I
fuck.
think that mist starts with a P and ends with a if.
All right, so AC 27 would have hit, and then you rolled a 33, which means you missed. You actually heard her breathe, like in worry, like, ah!
This tower is wrong.
She tried to play shift. I did. Eventually,
Wait, so is there smoke around her? Or
Keep
not?
hitting her.
There was
Keep
just a bit of
hitting her.
smoke that appeared in the square where you think she's invisible. You
whack everything with an old lady voice in the tower.
you get a second attack. Although
I did.
that attack was the one
That's
with
both attacks.
both
both
attacks
attacks.
missed.
Yeah.
Got a chance.
The first one was
That one.
possible.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would have hit. Second one I hit, but missed because of
Tacitus comes down the stairs, and he's looking like really straight backed. He's got this silver staff in his hand. It's got these rings, these concentric rings on either end of it. Where is his token? Where is the old?
I'm also an 18th level monk. Holy shit.
Well, there's, you know that transformation spell that Marty threw the link up for? Take a look at that one.
I did.
I'm also an 18th level fighter. Or warrior.
Gulliver, who is that? And what is... You do not belong here.
And he steps into melee, threatening the horrid hag woman.
Man, couldn't I get that friggin' flank? I was trying to keep her from running.
He's demanding to know who Magnus is.
That's my friend. That's my friend. Evil, evil, pure evil.
I'm assuming, Gulliver, that this night hag is not your friend.
No, sir.
Okay, he twirls his staff much like a powerful warrior from Maeve's school, and is basically at the end of his double move though, as he was a couple of floors up.
That's really cool. You could do a Zorro thing with a wizard.
Night hag.
I'm the master gladiator.
Well, it looks like Phineas walked out of the way, so she's going to start moving.
AOO from the dude who can see him?
However, Tacitus can see her, so he gets an AOO as she's leaving. All right, so his BAB is 6, and let's have a look at that spell.
Pretty
His
sure his
BAB
BAB
is
is
caster
more than
level.
6 now, yeah.
Your base attack is equal to your character level, or basically it should be your caster level, although it does say
think
character level. Wow.
Character. That's interesting too.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very interesting.
That's an interesting little thing there. That's a little tidbit.
Yeah. Plus 4 enhancement bonus to strength and dex and con, plus 4 nat and some forts, and you lose your spellcasting ability. Okay, that's fine. And then his staff is a staff.
Get out of my tower.
Staff ever beaten a shit out of hags. Sweet.
This is a +3 staff of ha 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 your damage reduction.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What's the plus on my sword?
1.
Okay,
Flaming
he's
one.
expending a charge in his
Kill him.
staff to make the staff do double damage. It is equivalent to a +2 staff.
Oh, damn it. The double damage, hopefully at least he does 10 damage. So then he does damage.
And the staff may also get through the damage
Ring
reduction.
on it.
So, with his now okay strength and his BAB of that,
He's not gonna do nothing.
Tacitus just hit the hag.
Okay.
Okay.
He does 2d6 plus 4 for the double of the staff damage. His strength is 2, so plus 4, and the staff is getting through the DR.
Oh.
Well, that's more than single digits.
The staff has a silver ring at the top of it, a cold iron ring at the top of it, and an adamantine ring at the top of it on both ends.
That's a pretty good staff. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
For 18 damage, and the hag goes down.
And all the XP goes to Tacitus.
Run this guy through.
Are you sure he's a friend? He looks dangerous.
Well, he is, but he is my friend. He helped me battle the hag.
Gulliver, it's a mess down here. What have you been doing? Have you been reading from the forbidden tomes?
No, sir. This is a night hag that has been threatening the city with doppelgangers.
I get rid of my rage genius.
Doppelgangers? When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn?
Master Tacitus, do night hags regenerate?
No.
Oh,
We should do something with this one.
yes.
His eyes go wide and he's looking at it. He's like moving over a little bit.
I think they're looking at you.
He says to Magnus. Magnus, you notice the amulet kind of lying on the ground, little eye looking up at you.
Yeah, Magnus tosses something on top of it. On top of so like the eyes stop moving.
Okay, what are you tossing on top of it?
Like cloth or paper, anything, just like a book or something.
Okay, you
You
grab
grab
a
a
book
book
off
and
the
throw it on
table. You grab a book off the table. You open it up and toss it on top.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that is a dreadful read.
We might.
Oh, you can read? Oh, excellent.
We might want to keep it alive to find out where the rest of its coven is.
too dangerous. Although, and he pokes it with the staff, she won't be able to go ethereal here. No jaunting for you!
I like you. Hey, my name is Magnus. You're an excellent fighter. Why are you in the tower? You should be gladiating with us.
Why do you choose a bunch of friendly NPCs that just jump in the last minute and steal the XP? We're on to you. We know what you're doing.
Well, it was exciting. I haven't cast that spell in a while. I rather do not like how it blocks my ability to cast spells.
Well, no, but under circumstances, it certainly helped.
Yes. The only thing that I can do with this stick at the moment is beat things with it. Eh?
Excellent strike and a good, swing. You used your hips and your shoulders like they were one. It was beautiful, beautiful art.
Unfortunately, the drawback of this spell, in addition to not being able to cast Gulliver, is that it can't be dismissed. It simply needs to run out.
That won't take too long.
For you.
You can gauge his caster level.
Yes, Count.
Takes about a minute.
Okay.
Give or take 30 seconds or so.
Eventually, he just sort of he has to lean on the staff
Yeah.
a little bit more. The invisible night hag is still. Actually, we need to roll some con checks for her.
Is she still invisible then?
Yeah.
Then I couldn't see the things on
Then when you
her.
threw the book on her, you see the book levitating off the ground.
Yeah. Is she? Do you want to keep her alive? We can get the authorities here to find out more about what she's doing.
Okay, she's at minus 12.
That's a beating.
Well, single digit, then minus 18 means at least
Minus 13. Then she's stable. Shit.
I will tell you everything after the horrible torture that none of us care about. Oh no, the torture.
I don't know if I have a way to keep this creature from the...
Do we have any?
Tacitus goes over and takes the book and puts it on the thing as he sees it looking at
Do we have
Magnus.
anything to bind her with?
These creatures are creatures that bind.
I meant her limbs. When she wakes up.
Perhaps we could get something out of her. Yes. Fetch rope.
Some invisible servant goes and fetches rope. Eventually some floating rope comes down. He waves it to Magnus, and the rope kind of goes bumping into you. There's a big coil of hemp rope.
Sure.
Should we summon the authorities, Master Tacitus?
Let's see what she looks... Let's allow you to see what she looks like.
He waves his staff. He dispels the invisibility.
Oh yes, I remember now. That's,
You've never seen her.
I saw her
All right, Magnon, go ahead and tie her up.
Is Magnus? But yeah, good idea. So he does.
Phineas just looks at
Elbow.
you like, let it go. Let it go.
Elbows to elbows to
Phineas is
elbow,
being called Gulliver. Like,
elbow to elbow, wrist to wrist, knee to knee, ankle to ankle.
Yep. You tie her up pretty good.
If you have a way to make her wake up, or are we going to have to wait for her unnatural body to heal itself?
I'm sure we could find something.
Perhaps we should do this in a more secure location.
Certainly, yes. Such as...
The basement, then. Come along. Come along, Magnon.
Phineas helps you.
At least
Phineas
got the
helps-
syllables right.
Phineas
Most of
helps
them.
you carry her. He's got
Yep.
Antala.
What are you doing with the weird amulet with the eye on it that's looking at you
Oh
guys
no,
as you're doing things?
we're closing that up and that's covered and in a bag.
Okay, so you've taken it off of her.
Yeah.
Phineas,
Take
when
the-
you
take the
grabbed
other
it, you
items.
actually hear a voice coming from the amulet.
Okay.
Who are you?
No one.
No one. Funny. He's funny. I'm busy. Oh, there's a second voice.
Oh no! She's got a coven. Please. The bag. Hide the bag. Bye bye.
What are you going to do with our sister?
I have nothing to say to you. He's trying to tune them out.
all they hear is Magnus. We're gonna torture you and beat you. La 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 la. La, la, la.
The amulet looks like it's worth something. You bring her into the basement. You notice that there's a wrapped up body of Crixes in the basement. Crixes the dragon is in the basement, and there's it's all tied down and it's been washed, and it looks like there's some big hacking implements and then finer implements. Like it stinks a little bit down here. Like somebody may have forgotten to keep on casting gentle repose on it.
Master, I believe the dragon requires a gentle repose.
Oh, yes. I thought I did that yesterday.
She just taps it with a staff and casts a spell.
You should offer to spend time with him on a daily basis.
That is why I prepared it. Glad that you're back, Gulliver. Where have you been?
Oh, doing some field
You
research.
had to go to the capital to be tested, didn't you? Did you finally learn your second circle spells?
I did, Master. Thank you for your tutelage.
All right, Magnon.
Put the body down here. We don't want her horrible flesh corrupting this great draconic creature. Have you ever seen a dragon before, Magnon?
Yeah, I was the one fighting it. This one.
Oh no, this came from the office of the Count. The Count slew this.
Magnon, just let it go.
Are there problems in there? There's a dead body in the street.
Ah, Joka, come down. We solved the problem.
Nicely
Or
done.
one of them, anyway.
Yeah, you guys are like blades out. Like, what the fuck is that thing?
What the hell is happening here?
You guys go down into the basement.
Huh? Gulliver, who are... Watch out! Are you on tea?
He's about to cast a spell.
These ones are friends.
Master, this is Ashoka, a Nagaji, and Lord Damian Van Imp.
Nagaji. Oh yes, of course, I knew that. Lord, rather young for a lord.
Well, Lord Ling, I suppose.
Any of you wizards?
That's right, Eggy. Lord Ling.
I am not a wizard, and neither is Damian, to my knowledge.
That thing on your shoulder. Is it familiar?
It is familiar to me.
Smart tongue on this Nagaji, yes? That thing is not allowed in the tower. It's going to have to go outside. You remember what happened with those familiars?
Oh, of course.
Nem, keep watch. Make certain we don't get snuck up upon by any peculiars.
Hops up, climbs, scrambles, hops down off of you.
Never a fan of familiars. I had one once. Great disappointment.
Yes.
All right. It appears that we have subdued the night hag.
Plus, I did not like it.
He's whispering to Gulliver, but it's like within earshot of everyone.
I did not like... That familiar had an ill-favored look.
Yes. Master. I agree.
But we've only got 2, right?
You, lordling,
Two
Nagaji,
more.
check to see what is in this strange hag's bag here. And he's tapping at a bag at her belt. It is magical.
Damian bows. Oh, of course, Master. Kicks open the bag and...
Okay, well, you kick open the bag and you reach in and your hand just keeps on going in.
What the...
Ashoka has one of these. A bag of holding.
It holds a great deal by the looks of it.
If you go towards the corner, turn it inside out, all the stuff should fall out.
Oh.
He was
There we go.
getting quickly frustrated with Damian's tomfoolery. but then he looked to Ashoka when you explained how it worked, and he just gives you a nod. I see you have some training. Hold on a moment.
I've learned a few tricks from
He
time
casts
to
a
time.
spell.
Spellcraft.
DC 21 to know he's casting a spell.
Casting arcade sight, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna have to go pee all of a sudden. I don't know, I have to pee right now. Pee so bad, I don't know what he cast. He cast a...
Okay, his eyes flicker and are kind of a glow, and he's studying Ashoka.
There's a...
Oh my, Gulliver.
A quick wash of annoyance that gets washed away.
Yep.
Oh my, Gulliver, your friend here is holding out on you, or perhaps he's helping you with some of your studies.
He thinks you cast seconds. I cast thirds. Ah!
Demon enemies. Perfect.
But then he turns down and looks at the night hag and he nods to himself.
Yes, this thing tried to turn ethereal. It is a good thing that our tower is dimensionally hedged. She was not going anywhere. At least not without being the master of the tower, and he kind of kicks at her a little bit.
You see Crixie's down here? Like, Crixie's is all washed and like spread out, and...
I'm gonna go and keep an eye out, make sure, because there's supposed to be another 2. Somewhere.
Another 2 hags? Yes. Covens usually happen in 3s.
With your leave, I shall go inform the Count that the hag has been captured.
Yes, the Count will
Magnus,
likely
do you
wants
wish
to
go?
know.
Magnus, could you look over Damian on the way? There are still more of the skin changes about.
I'm pretty sure you'll be safe here. Damian
Skin
and I will go.
changes, Gulliver. Oh yes, you mentioned doppelgangers.
He saw it on the way down to the basement, right? He saw the corpse of the thing.
It was a melty kind of thing, but yeah.
Halagoo. Yes.
Where are the other wizards, Gulliver?
They're likely sleeping, Master.
Lazy. Always lazy. I always liked your work ethic, Gulliver.
Thank you, sir.
Um,
I'm so glad that you're back from the Imperial City.
As am I. Oh,
Ashoka's
found-
just absorbing all of this like interaction with Phineas as he's learning. Like, okay, Phineas is subservient to this guy. He seems actually happy to be in this position. There's a whole bunch of like truthiness is not important to Phineas, as like there is a sense of pleasantry and like pomp that's important. And then like he likes hierarchies, but he likes the right kind of hierarchy. Like there's this whole like list of like
Phineas is not a simple character. No, there is some complexity.
there's a whole bunch of like layers, and Ashoka's just
there's
watching.
nuance.
Yeah.
He actually like gives you like a look, like pay attention kind of look. I found that book of prophecies you were looking for regarding the Blood King that Lord Nori was looking for.
Oh yes, Lord Nori. He is rather a bore. Always on about the prophecies of the reborn kingdoms or some such nonsense. Of course, the Imperium has suffered no kings. A few examples on other worlds where they are slowly integrating ponderous topic it is, talking about how empires slowly integrate, assimilate, and conquer the conquered. Perhaps in your advanced years, young lordling, you may be interested in such things. I am sure that you're too busy gallivanting around.
Perhaps I shall endeavor to spend more time with my studies.
What family are you from, lordling?
The Van Imps, sir. He looks a little...
Van Imp. Magic flows in your family's veins.
Yes.
Are you, a cousin to, You notice that he's not thinking to find the name. He might be, like, struggling a little bit to figure out what time he's in.
What? It's a cousin, or is it uncle, or is it grandfather? Too much dividing, I say.
Your powerful uncle name's name is what?
It's you're either talking about Helmut Van Imp or a Vogel von Krakenstein.
Yep. He's thinking for a moment.
Ashoka's staring intently at this old man. Oh, I need to find times to come here for tea.
Magic runs in your family.
Yes.
You sort of look like him.
My uncle? Or which?
I don't know who your uncle is. It is rather hard to keep track of. It's much easier to keep track of wizard lineages than it is to keep track of nobles.
Oh, that's because you don't get laid. I'm sorry, I overspoke.
If you wish to know, have had carnal knowledge of a nymph before.
Well, that would be an interesting story, to be sure.
It was quite blinding indeed.
Ashoka will we'll laugh at the man's joke, whether or not he understands the knowledge nature. What are natural things? Natural things suck anyway.
Now, what's to do with his night hag? What has brought you, Gulliver, into contact with such a powerful being?
Well, when I was...
Gulliver was trying to save someone in the streets in a great act of heroism, truly befitting his stature as a mage of the realm.
They were trying to abduct, these doppelgangers were trying to abduct the tailor down the hill. I dimension doored him away to safety, but the doppelgangers escaped. I was not prepared for combat, spell-wise. Of course.
Yes, Bartons. Some of my robes were made there.
Yes, we suspected that the doppelgangers were after his client list because he would have access to nobles and mages and people of power that they could replace.
I have a spell somewhere that might be able to help ascertain whether or not someone is a doppelganger.
Really?
Yes.
Don't they have any magic on them that's always there?
You are not a wizard, are you?
No.
Barely functional illiterate.
Well, might I suggest that you leave this arcane work to the arcanists, Magnon?
Yes, Magnus. Perhaps we should go report to the Count. He'll be pleased to hear the night hag's been captured.
We should go and tell also Zdd and Zedd to go and look for the other two. The other two don't seem so bad. I mean, I took one down with one swing. So they should be able to take the other two as soon as they find them.
Sure, yeah. Zdd and Zedd, that's who we're worried about. Let's go.
And then tell the Count, because, yeah, why not?
Sure, they're on the way. Fine.
There's two people that are going to be switched sometime tonight. That's what Magnus is thinking.
Let's go.
So what are you doing with the bag?
He emptied the bag.
Okay, so you turn it inside out. There's a pouch of coins. There's a spell component pouch. There is an odd case that contains, like, a syringe with some vials.
It's Phineas. It's your new medicine.
It's called souls.
There are 2d3 black gems.
Look at that. High value currency. Perfect.
Go ahead and roll 2d3.
4.
4. And let's figure out what
How
the
average
value
would
of
be.
these 4 gems are.
Oh, I think it depends on how many on the hut dice of the
10
souls
talents
inside.
each.
Our money problems are over.
Okay. They are glittering black gems of significant value.
Appraise?
Does anybody here have moral compunctions about selling these things? Because if they do, we
Unless-
won't tell them.
Unless they know what they are. If they cost money, I'll sell them, yeah.
I'm just gonna double check what my appraise is.
Oh my.
Plus 16.
Maybe don't give two shits.
21 on his appraise check.
Okay, multiple thousands apiece.
These are worth many talents each.
And then you notice that there are dancing little lights in
Oh, and this. Oh, that's so sad.
each of them.
Okay.
Perfect.
that is heartbreaking. Is what that is.
Nothing we can do now.
The syringes have blood in them, or like creature blood in them. You're not too sure what they are
Do you
exactly.
have blood biography? Phineas? Do you have
no,
that
or,
blood tracing spell?
no, but I could probably copy a scroll here.
Be right back.
We could figure out who's been collected from. It might be a clue as to who might be the other
Didn't they
candidate.
say there was a book?
Yeah.
Look for a book on her clients or something.
That would be for their
That-
future endeavors. What they've done currently wouldn't be defined by...
You are supposed to be heading to the Count with Lord Van Imp.
And then he takes Damian by the hand or arm and pulls him.
Takes it by the hand. Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbow. Everything is wonderful. It's wonderful when we're
It's a
together.
divination spell. I'm sure Isram hasn't rated that. I can copy from a scroll into my book.
How is Isram?
Oh, he's probably rather angry. Seems rumor has it he's lost his phone book.
Oh, has he now?
That's 2. His bluff check 15.
Oh, has he now? Anything good in it? Any idea what it might turn up?
No, it's hard. We can figure this out tomorrow. I have to prepare. I have no magic left for today. Well,
Okay.
very little.
So the bag of holding, the 4 soul gems, the masterwork large syringe, and 3 vials containing blood.
Where's her amulet? Or is she in a bag?
It's in a bag.
The coin
Oh, it's a
purse,
bag.
spell components, each
And
100
Bishop
gold
hasn't
pieces
seen it
each,
yet, so-
and the broken hag's amulet is in a bag.
Does she have any like rings or amulet?
Oh, she does have 1 ring.
No, she doesn't. Not anymore.
The ring is magical.
We'll see if it's magical in the morning.
Okay, Magnus and Damian are going off to talk to the Count.
Yep,
Is it?
they're going off to talk to Count.
Okay. What are you
Actually,
doing
I
with the
have
head?
identify prepared. I'm like, well, I may
You
as
could
well.
identify. Well, yeah, it was,
I may as well.
use
while
your
I'm
battle
here.
spells. Identify.
It's plus 10 to your roll.
It is plus 10 to your spellcraft check. Which item are you looking at?
You can look at 1 item per cast level.
I am going to look at. Well, he's going to pull out the amulet first and look at that.
Okay. The eye looks at you.
Identify.
42.
42.
Oh, interesting. Let me...
When Ashoka sees the eye, he takes a sort of a step into the shadows.
Can you give me a hide check?
You can't see me.
Except it's got true sight.
You can't see me. 18. You can't see me. There's no way.
There's no
Plus
way.
the items caster level. Okay, let me look at the hag thing again. All right. You know that we'll call this the Hag's Amulet. You know that this amulet has a connection to the Coven and may be a focus for 2 of the Hag's abilities. One of which is etherealness. The other one is soulbind.
Okay.
Etherealness allows her to basically ethereal jaunt. And then soulbind is she can take recently slain creatures' souls and stick them into gems.
Okay.
The Hearthstone, you know, has a connection to the other Coven.
Members or
Yeah, the other Coven members. And you now make sense that they might even be able to cast their spells through the Hearthstone via their own Hearthstones.
all right. He puts it. Oh. All right. Never mind. Phineas is pretty sure this will be very helpful in scrying on the Coven. Am I right?
Yeah, you might be able to use this as a focus to scry on the other Coven. Of course, you don't know who they are. You do, as you're sort of casting spells over top of it, you hear the voice again, at least the more gentle, feminine voice. We could arrange some sort of payment for the return of our sister. And her amulet. It is no use to you. Unless... Well, you're some sort of wizard, aren't you? Gulliver is your name?
Yes. That's what we're going with. 5 on that lie.
You actually said that's what we're going with.
Yeah.
Very well, Gulliver.
Is this all inside his mind, or is he
Yeah,
talking
this
to the
is
thing?
all inside the mind, but you notice that he's pausing for a moment and staring into the eye, and the eye is looking at him. And what was your hide check?
Infinity. So good. Oh my god.
Or 18.
Or
either
18.
or.
It was 18.
18?
Feels so good. She would never would see me. Oh, it was close. Oh, it was close. Oh.
Okay, so you're like as the eye was following you as you were going into the shadows, and then it looked at Phineas when he started casting his spell. Tacitus is looking over the other items while you're identifying the Hearthstone. He's got his back to you. Or perhaps we could come to some sort of arrangement if you put us on.
Master Tacitus, the rest of the Coven wants to speak to you.
What are you doing with that, Gulliver? That is dangerous! He goes over and is covering it up again, sticking it back into the bag. They must be talking to him for a moment. He tosses the bag down onto the table.
Okay, so that's one item.
The interesting part was they were casting spells through it.
Yeah, spellcraft, could he cast spells through it to them?
Yeah, give me a spellcraft or a knowledge arcana.
I'm gonna go with
Twice
spellcraft.
required to
Oh no, hang on. Knowledge arcana, that's a higher. 30?
If you were part of the Coven and bonded with it,
Okay.
you might be able to cast spells through it.
use magic device to pretend you're bonded.
That might be interesting.
Hey, ladies, I'm part of the team.
What are you doing? Yeah,
I'm taking over your mind.
that might be
I
interesting.
suggest you.
Tacitus goes around and nothing very important here.
Shall we wait for the Count or his...
I do not think we should keep this thing alive, although we'll have to warn the other wizards that there are such creatures here. They may come and try to take vengeance upon us. Twisted creatures they are, from the lower planes. Learn what you will from it, Gulliver, but I think before daybreak there will be one less night hag prowling around Tarak.
Sir, could you tell me, because the guards will probably want to know, which of those rings is it vulnerable to?
Which of the what?
The rings you hit it with. You have adamantine.
Oh, this one, Gulliver. This is cold iron.
Cold iron, lower planes, of course.
And the staff is magic.
Oh, yes, that too. Thank you, Master.
And which one is this? He points to the really ruddy kind of...
Adamantine, Master.
Oh, yes.
Hardest
Forged
of the metals.
from which pure metal?
Adamant.
Correct, Gulliver. Correct.
He enjoys rituals that are without reason. Just the ritual itself is what is enjoyed.
We should get rid of these things. And it.
I agree, Master. But this hag and her coven and their doppelganger lackeys have launched an assault of sorts on the city. The Count would likely like to know and perhaps question the hag. And this is the safest place to keep the hag until, as you say, there is no more hag to be concerned with.
Bring me 2 potions of healing and the wizard fingers.
And
Just
wait
watching Tacitus solve problems.
Just magic this and magic that.
Okay, two floating vials come. They've got little labels on them, and this weird. It just looks like a tube of weird woven fabric. He grabs the wizard fingers, goes up to the hag, kind of flips over one of her hands, places the wizard fingers around one of her thumbs, and then puts up her other hand and places her fingers into the other thumbs, and then the two things get stuck.
Okay.
He touches it, he says a word, and there's magic that seems to like hold the fingers really, really close together and like taut.
Okay.
Tacitus, what
Yes.
happens if the creature you're trying to bind with those does not have thumbs?
There are creatures that can cast spells without digits. It won't work. This will block somatic spells. Which means spells that require movements of your hands or other appendages.
So, dimensional
speak up.
door and teleport would work.
Yes, but this place is hedged.
Interesting.
Well, I suppose there's nothing to do but wait for the Count, or word from the Count. He may want us to just slay the...
He takes one of the healing potions, puts it in your hand, puts the other one in your hand as he grabs it from the invisible servants. If we wish to learn more from this creature, we can talk to it. It is bound by Magnon's great strength and these ropes. I'm sure the three of us
Yes.
can keep
can keep watch over her.
In this state, yes, I believe so. Perhaps you can regale us with that story of the nymph while we wait.
Oh, feed one of the potions, wake her up.
Well, the Duke's or the Count might want to be here. I don't know.
The aristocracy will want answers from the sage and his apprentice.
Fair enough. Yes. As you wish. He feeds her a healing potion and quickly pulls away his fingers from her terrible teeth.
She, 8, 5, is still unconscious.
He did hit her hard, Master. Feeds her another one.
I guess we need to roll for these because there's a chance you might not wake up. 2d8 plus 2, 50. Oh, that's...
Yeah, she's good. That second one was money.
Yep. 8, 15. She is bound and she's awake.
What is this? What is this?
She just pull her fingers apart and there's this sort of like rope twisting noise.
Ashoka, you're good with things.
Wizard thumbs.
Yes, you foul fiend, answer our questions or we'll blast you from this plane.
That's one way to start. How are you doing?
My amulet. You did not let that barbarian break it, did you?
It's only mostly broken.
Only mostly broken.
Why you?
Does magic missile require somatic?
Yes.
Okay. Does it require
There's
pointing?
some like power words.
It's
Power
not verbal
words
only.
and a few
Damn
others.
it. Shit.
For the whatchamacallits, the
No, she's got still spell. No, I'm kidding.
you already showed us a feat list. The full plate wizards use.
So Tacitus just basically wanders away, and you notice that he's reading a spell. Like, he's reading the counter spell, probably.
Now, your plan. What was it?
Plans. Plans within plans. Simple mortars.
How many of your spawn did you create?
Hundreds.
Why do you lie?
What is it of you? Not your business.
It is my business when you start duplicating my people.
Yes, most unfortunate. This one stuck his nose in where it did not belong.
Don't be frightened, Gulliver. You can ask it questions.
Stop eating nachos.
I'm a nervous eater. Leave me alone.
And what makes you think the tailor is not my man?
She grins.
Something simple for a new crop.
Did we find the client list book in her belongings?
Nope.
Where's the client list?
In the sewers.
She says.
Sense the motive. 28.
No good to us until those that saw us are dead. Or captured.
Really sounds like truth to me.
She smiles. Glittering dark, evil eyes.
How many doppelgangers do you have in the city?
I said new crop. They're very green. Wanted to start simple with these ones.
Do I need to get a cold iron dagger to loosen your tongue?
4. One was slain by the bug-eyed one and the orc. I suppose 2 now. I'm assuming you killed the one that was guised as the orc. druid.
Yes.
2. I will summon them to you if you let me go. I did not know such a wonderfully powerful wizard lived here.
Really? That's something you really should have researched.
How do they procreate?
You need one who is ready to bud.
The flowers, then.
So where this new batch coming from?
I had to convince one of them to give me some of his... spore.
You? Alright. And again, how many?
How many what?
How many of this new...
That's why I hate doing this.
I believe she said there was 2 left, maybe 1.
Yes, 2 that I'm willing to sacrifice for my life, given that you've taken such great offense. I thought I would plant my little crop here and move along, and check up on them in a few years.
Tell us of your sisters.
Oh, one very beautiful, the other one very scary.
Details.
Which one does that make you? He says it with genuine curiosity, like, which one do you think you are? Are you the funny one?
I'm the one that does not mind the mortal stench. I'm the one that does not mind getting her hands dirty. This was never meant to be a spot for me to stay long in.
Where are your sisters?
My sisters? One is in a place where you don't want to go, mortals.
That is not the answer I'm looking for.
Which
bleak-
plane would that be?
A bleak plain of endless death and doom. Hades, she is in.
Yeah, I actually don't want to go there.
The other is in the prime, and also in the prime of her life. She's looking for a mate.
Oh, is she against gladiatorial combat?
She doesn't seem to understand the
Okay,
question.
not her then. Never mind. There's no way. Never mind.
She kind of chuckles at that like that's a joke.
Are you?
I have no opinion on that particular subject matter.
Imperials. Such a curious species.
So,
Where in the
How many
plane
others?
is the one seeking a mate?
The prime, of course.
but where in the prime?
I
City
don't
name.
know which word she's on. Do not keep track of her comings and goings.
Is she on Tarak?
No.
No, nothing you can do there then.
Empirica?
There are more worlds than counting. I don't know which ones her steed is attuned to.
Steed?
Yes,
Do you have a steed?
of course I do.
Planes? What's she talking
He's eating, grazing at the moment.
about? Knowledge planes? What
Sure.
is she talking about?
Yep.
25?
They tend to congregate with nightmares.
She speaks of a nightmare.
I could lend you my steed for a time.
That's all right. It's
We could draft a
Frightening beast.
contract. You Imperials like contracts.
How do you call your steed here?
He'll return soon. He always does.
We're going to set a nightmare trap.